cop car, I be on job and I put it on God, they ain't nobody stopping me.
Whatever training program you're using, if it's not Sentinel training, you're wasting your time. HWPO doesn't PO. Proven is actually okay, but ours is better. Get some GPP in your life, uncle. We program fun and challenging workouts and preserve the most effective cure for and barrier against chronic disease. We review your workouts and give feedback and spend hours getting the workouts right. Sign up now at trainsentinel.com. If you don't, well then everything they say about you is true, you concubine.
If you don't, welcome to a Mundwiler list. God damn. In fairness, this is arguably my fault because he just texted me saying, "Did you send a link?" And I said, "No, I didn't." And then I sent it, and he said, "Oh, great! Now I have an excuse to be late." So God knows what time he's going to show up at. Anyway, we're going to go through the... oh my God, he's here. I don't believe it. Question is, will his headphones work? Hello? No, can't hear you. Unbelievable. Can't hear you. Have I got something wrong? No. Oh, now I can. Now I can. Didn't ask permission to use your voice in that video. No, I didn't. Hello, dog. That dog needs Botox. That dog's head looks like a scrotum.
He's amazing.
Isn't it crazy that that dog is like, "Oh, Adrian, you're the best." And if it wanted to, it could just rip your throat out of your neck.
And try.
I'd say to give it a good shot. All right, let's see. I'm here and to wait for Monday. Yeah, he was actually quick enough. It was mainly my fault. Maybe I'm reading maybe I'm reading the kids a bedtime story. No. Oh my God. My son had an operation the other day and he had to get...
Like a surgery?
He was knocked out, like general anesthetic. Had to be like basically pinned down to be anesthetized because they did like a dry run and they were like, right, if he goes for this, we're good to go. So they were like, we're just going to do a practice, and he freaked out. They were like, all right, I'm afraid you're just going to have to pin him down. And they were like, this is my wife, I wasn't there. And they said, look, he's not going to remember it. He's not going to be traumatized by it or anything. It'll just like go away, basically. You'll remember it, you'll be traumatized by it, but he won't. And I was like, okay. Or she was like, okay. And then anesthetized and whatever. He slept he's knocked out at 9 a.m. Wednesday. And he woke up at 7 a.m. Thursday. And I'd say over the course of the day, he was awake for like 20 seconds. He was awake for about 10 minutes at one point. He was awake for about 40 minutes at one point. And apart from that, he just slept. I was like, that anesthetist fucked up. They gave him way too much. But yeah, it was... He had to get...
Day off.
Yeah, it's crazy. So he has like floating testicles. So his balls are like up in his body all the time, which is fine now. But once he starts producing testosterone and like sperm and stuff, he'd be fucked because his body temperature would basically boil his balls. So they have to pull them down to stretch the tubes. The tubes are like an accordion, like they're all bunched up. So they have to pull them down to stretch the tubes and then sew them to the inside of his ball sack. And then by the time the stitches wear off, the tubes would be stretched enough that they'll just go up and down normally like anyone else's.
How old is he?
2, 3. I think they rather do it before they're 2 because it's just easier. But we didn't realize it was wrong until... Actually, we didn't realize there was anything wrong until we had our second son change the first nappy or the first diaper, and we were like, wow, okay, this looks drastically different than his ball sack. There's obviously something wrong. It's like you can actually see testicles. So yeah, I had a photo. This is funny, CrossFit. I had a photo. My wife sent me a photo of him in the hospital bed, and I forwarded the photo onto Sevon, and I was like, well, there it is, the sex change is complete. My son is now my daughter. I just left it sit for about 10 minutes. Yeah, no, but he's all good now. But he has like those sticky bandages or the sticky like plasters. He has like 2 cuts on his groin and then 1 on his testicle. So they went in from the top and like pushed them down basically and then sewed it in from the bottom. And we were changing the sticky thing. He's not allowed to run, jump, climb, none of that shit for like 4 weeks, which is a fucking nightmare because he's a boy. but he will not listen. So you're like, no, you can't run. If you want to go back to hospital, run. If you don't want to go back to hospital, just listen to us and don't run. He's like, okay, but he won't listen. But if you go near anywhere around his boxer area, he freaks out. So it's like he's happy to run and jump off a couch and stuff. But if you're helping him go to the toilet, it's like, no, you're going to do something wrong. So I had to change one of the sticky bandages today. And it was so traumatic. He was lying back on like the couch and he was like, no. I was like, look, trust me, I haven't hurt you one time doing any of this stuff. It's going to be absolutely fine. And he was freaking out. And then my wife goes, look, I'll get you a jelly. And you can have half the jelly now when you let him start change the bandage and half when you finish. And Buddy's like, right, okay. So Orla puts half the jelly in his mouth. He just swallows it whole and starts choking. And he's like, oh. So we have to sit him up, pat him on the back. He pukes everywhere because he's just choking. Fucking hell. So then he was crying for about, I'd say, an hour and a half. And I was like to my wife, I was like, cool. So what do we do tomorrow when we have to change tomorrow's bandage? Like, what's the plan there? We just let the pus develop. This is not to show Adrian sign up for. It's not, but this is my life, and I just wanted to get my story.
I never know what I sign up for. I just show up.
You never do. What we are here for, we're here to talk. Actually, first thing I want to talk to you about. Did you know? I need to get up the details of this because I've already forgotten.
Okay, 1 second. My dog brought a fucking stick.
Oh, nice.
No stick in here.
Okay. All right, watch this. I don't know if this is going to work now. This doesn't affect you because you don't own a gym officially. So go out do an affiliate program. So if you're an owner of an affiliate, you get free access to GoWad Premium and free access to the platform and a 10% discount on GoWad Premium for all your members. And I think they're doing like an affiliate code. So like say if you have 100 members and 50 of them sign up for GoWad and they use your link, you'll get a kickback. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think they're talking about doing like a gym membership. So you can buy GoWad for your affiliate for like, I don't know, X amount per year. And then within that, your members can get access to it. And you've paid for your members to have access to it, which is pretty good, I think. Anyway, why not more GoWad.app? Let me get the Google Translate for Adrian, please. I'll translate in real time. That's actually, if you want to do that, we have to stop broadcasting on YouTube and broadcast on a website instead, and then we can have real-time AI translation. That's how that works. This is what we're here to talk about. Syndicate Crown, programmed by J.R. Howell, CrossFit Crash.
Oh, wow.
WPTH.
Yeah, like prepared.
Yeah. This is actually pure coincidence, genuine. I put this on. I was walking out through the show and I was like, oh, that's a coincidence. Do you know what I did the other day? Sorry, this is the last tangent. I was coming out to do the debate show and I snapped my key in the door of the, the sliding door of the gym.
Yeah.
So the top of it was bent. And I was like, oh, that's going to break if I leave it like that. I'll just bend it back the other way. It's just like, ping, it just like flew off. I was like, motherfucker. And I was like looking in at the laptop and all the stuff. And I was like, I can't get in there now. And I pushed and the key went in even without the tip. And I unlocked it and I was like, oh, cool, it's working. That's fine. I'll worry about that later on. Did the show, came back out, closed the door, went to lock it. The key wouldn't turn. Went to take the key out. The key won't come out. So if anybody is a locksmith or has any kind of, advice on what I can do, the key is currently just sitting in the lock. I cannot get it out. I cannot twist it. I cannot withdraw it. I cannot pull it out. It's just sitting there. And like camera, roadcaster, laptop, everything is in here, just free. If you live in the local area, come and rob me.
So if the UK is safe.
Ireland. Do you know actually how safe Ireland is? Earlier on today, I left 2 of my kids in the car when I went into the shop and the keys were in the car and my phone was in the car and I knew it would be fine. I don't know how much longer that's going to last because the country's going a bit weird, but for now, that's pretty good. Anyway,
Maybe
DM me
such a
anybody who
shit
knows how to
car.
fix a lock. What'd you say?
Maybe it's such a shit car that they were like, no. I'm not gonna put
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually, that's pretty accurate.
I have the same thing.
All right. No, this is not.
Okay,
There's
just
no
before.
way that would work.
Yeah, I thought about glue. There is. I saw. I think on YouTube or somewhere, I saw like how there is a trick to do it in a very simple
No,
way.
but it's
Actually.
not. The tip isn't in the door. The tip is on the ground somewhere. The tip is gone.
Oh,
The rest, like 95% of the key is lodged in the lock and I cannot get it out. I've used the pliers. I've used like my hand. I've swore at it a few times. I
yeah, but
kicked
you
the
still
bottom of the
can glue
door.
on it, and then you can like the hot glue, and you put it on it, and you can take it. There is a. I can't remember exactly, but I saw the other day a video how you can. There is a trick for it.
If anybody actually really does think they'll know, just send me a DM and I'll send you a photo of what I'm looking at. Like there's one of the Dave Castro, the TDC straps is on the key, and I had my hand in the strap and I was like pulling the whole key, and there was literally nothing was happening, like nothing. And the last thing I want to do is pay for a fucking locksmith to come out, because it's like £100 just to turn up. And then they'll just like elbow the side of the door and the key will just go. Poof. So if somebody knows how to do it, then tell me. All right. Back to it. Syndicate Crown kicks off next Friday. We're doing this show today because I'm going to Syndicate on Tuesday and I'll be busy. I just want to drum up as much kind of anticipation as possible. Heavy Isabel is first. I mean, how often we want to talk about Heavy Isabel, but it's there. Do you think does it make a big difference for it that it's first and not like last? Or
Well, I think it's definitely. Well, the thing is, it makes a difference. It's for everyone the same in this thing. If you compare it overall, yeah, it makes a difference, but that doesn't really matter. But I think
even
it's
say
good.
from a spectator standpoint, would it make it better?
Yeah, because the times probably are going to be faster, or should be faster at least. But I like it, especially also from an athlete side, that it's the first event. Like I think it was very stupid to put it as a final workout. Or yeah, I think it's a good way. Like also, it's not honestly the most interesting workout to watch. So if you put it as an event organizer on a Friday, it's actually good. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
I like
when
it.
everybody's seen it so many times as well.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I think that must be sickening for JR that he programmed it. Rich programmed it. They both realized they both programmed it, and then everybody programmed it. It's like, cool, there's my good idea gone. It's just like ruined. He lost his moment of people being like, whoa, Heavy Isabel, that's cool. Like, oh, Heavy Isabel, cool. All right, that's event one.
I honestly would have liked to see at least one Isabel I would like to see the difference between heavy or like 100 kilo Isabel and 80 kilo or 85 kilo Isabel.
Or like have different ones do it in different weights, you mean?
Yeah, well, it just would be interesting to see, because I think for watching wise, the 85 could be really fun to watch, because like 30 reps touch and go is too heavy, but you definitely have to go some touch and go. Like you would see a bit more different tactics, where now is like, okay, everyone is going single, and then it's like who's doing power snatch and who doing squat snatch, but then literally that's it. Where like at 85 kilos, well, I assume everyone would do like power snatches, but it would be like, okay, how long can you hold on, or like what's the tactic, how do you play it out? So I think spectator wise it would actually have been funnier at 85 kilos.
How many have done it? So Mayhem did it. This is doing it. TFX did it.
Woodland did it.
Wildland, French,
And
Torian.
I think
Are Torian do it? No, they're not.
no, they announced yesterday they announced the regular Isabel, the regular Grace 150 double arm versus
what is it?
Isabel.
Grisabel or something, isn't it? So 5. Norcal's probably going to do that 6. Is there 6 different iterations they could do? They could do like regular Isabel somewhere, double Isabel somewhere, Grisabel in Torian. They could do heavy Isabel like this. They could do slightly lighter or somewhere in the
Well,
middle,
I think
Isabel?
what could also be cool is like you start the first 10 reps at 100 kilos, then 10 reps at 85 kilos, and then 10 reps at 60 kilos.
Yeah.
That could be super cool as well. But then, yeah. Ideas are here.
Oh my God. It's not. You're thinking of the wrong person, CrossFat. Oh, this is who I think of. Sorry now. CrossFat said, anyone else think of Ludwig von Drake from DuckTales when Adrian starts explaining things, the professor guy?
Which one is that?
I think of this guy. I know the accent doesn't line up, but that's what I think of. He's talking about...
Okay, I love DuckTales.
Hang on. This guy. There's no physical resemblance, but I guess the...
Maybe the talking.
Yeah. Okay, let's... where the hell did my screen go? Let's have a look at the leaderboard and see how many names Adrian recognizes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so quick today.
All right. Alexander Majors, Anthony Yim.
You really go over every name now.
No, I'm just seeing Ben Smith. All right. There's one.
Thank you.
Um,
George Sterner.
No shot this guy shows up. Sorry. Not happening. Connor Volz, I recognize that name. See something to do with oh, what the fuck is the name of that guy? He had Rich Froning on his show the other day. Fuck. Can't remember. Begins
the
with a
guy
C.
from the clothing company. No?
No.
Not Born Primitive. Not this guy.
No. Oh my God. Fuck. I can't remember. He's been around years, like CrossFit day oneer, black hair, owns a gym, coaches people. Does he coach Ty Jenkins maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, George Sterner, he was at Mayhem. A lot of people have picked him to qualify from this. Colton picked it, but Colton also said he wants him to do his gardening. So that might be why he's picking him. Jace Peck. It is not fucking bear handling. Stop suggesting bear. None of the characteristics I've described there describe bear. Jack Rosema. Jace Peck sounds like an injury. Luke Burns. Zane Paris. Zach Levy. Ty Jenkins. He'd be a good pick for this, actually. Ty Jenkins. Seth Stovall. Spencer Panchek. The good twin. Luke Parker. Luke Parker. Luke Parker's done this like 6 times.
What is Saxon? Yes, fuck, like that guy. What is Saxon doing? Is he finished or is he now?
Spencer. That's Spencer.
Yeah, but what
Spencer's
is Saxon
here.
doing?
Saxon is the community head.
So he stopped competing and he just does this now, or is he still competing?
Yeah. No, he stopped.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Interesting. Ryan Drew or Jim. Yeah,
must be a good payday then.
I don't know why you have to speculate. You just should get a job at Barbell Spin if you're just going to sit here and speculate. Ty Jenkins is my pick for that, or Luke Parker. Luke Parker's done it so many times that he has to have it refined.
Oh, for the heavy Isabel, you mean? No?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I don't know many of those names.
Cool. All right, the women, you're going to know less of these. All right, Kyra Milligan, Brooke Wells, Lydia Fish, Caroline Stanley, Carson Wolf. She trains with Kyra Milligan. Kiefer coaches her. Elizabeth Wishart. She won Crash 2 years ago. Same programmer. Erica Folo. We know her. Grace Lochner. Is Grace? No, I'm thinking of someone else. Grace Lochner is there.
I have a question to this Erica Folo girl. Like, Hiller did when Hiller did the video, it looked like she's the next thing in CrossFit, but
hang on,
I haven't seen her.
Wait 1 second. Shut the fuck up. Will Brandsetter's here. This is the first time Will has been anywhere. Will has been more MIA than Kay Lehman. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I thought she's like the next big thing in the sport, but then I haven't seen her on
But
any
nothing has
leaderboard.
happened. What? Like that was semi-finals last year. She did Wadapalooza. What the fuck else do you want her to do? Like, what else?
Well,
Where else could she have proved herself?
Semi-final seasons or the league stuff. I don't know.
She's in. This is the semi-final that she's doing.
Oh, okay. So that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Erica Folo. Trying to think for this one. Kyra Milligan.
Yep.
No one else really stands out unless I'm missing someone. I think is that Riley Beebe one's actually a good lifter. I think. Anyway, yeah, Corey Folo has a Hiller curse. Somebody, it was a Taylor said that. I said that it's batshit. So if Hiller makes a video about you and you haven't proven anything yet, and then you fail to prove anything, it's called batshit. So the bat showed up and you did shit, or continue to be shit. I don't know. All right, heavy as well. Right, regionals revenge. 4-time 100 calorie echo bike, 100 toast bar, 100 bar facing burpees, 100 front squats. This isn't like a choose your own adventure style.
This is just pure disgusting.
Yeah, that is absolutely rancid.
Yeah, like especially like, yeah, like even the 100 toasted bar affects the burpees because you hammer your hip flexors and then you have to do 100 bar facing burpees where you literally use your hip flexors again. And then, yeah, I think it's just uncomfortable as well to hold for 100 front squat to hold the front rack position. Yeah, that's disgusting. I saw Jason Hopper doing it, and he used, I don't know if this was the standard, but he stepped over the bar. So I don't know if that is the standard that you have to use, or there's just no standard, and he just used it to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure JR would have
that.
said either anyhow, or he would have said
This
you
is the
must.
standard.
Yeah.
It looked a bit stupid when he did it, but yeah.
Jason looked a bit stupid.
Yeah, like the step over is just.
When he's stepping.
It makes it look like scaled. It looks like he's not able to jump.
Where the fuck is that document he sent me? To see if it has standards. Sorry, talk amongst yourself. Yeah, people are mocking the amount of QR codes. There is a lot of QR codes on the screen. I wanted the Syndicate one up there because for ticket sales, and I wanted the games one up there because nobody has bought a single ticket to it yet. And then the other ones pay me to be there, so I just left them there.
The games are starting to shitting their pants because no one has got a ticket, and that's why they do the 40% now.
Yeah, if you hold out, you might get 80% off.
And if you might get it for free.
If you wait till the week before, they'll pay you to come. Where the fuck is that document? Oh wait, Syndicate Crown. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to find it. I'm trying to think, where did he send me that? Fuck, doesn't matter. Okay. Are you paid by CrossFit? Yeah. So I get 450 % off a ticket to the games if I show that QR code for an entire show. So they pay me 350% of the value of the ticket to have that code up there. It's pretty cool, isn't it? We're all paid by Spin or by CrossFit Spin. Do you not realize this yet? Have I not divvied out the funds effectively?
But you know what is funny about that? I was thinking the other day when we did the Woodland show, and I was literally talking shit about the games, about the whole system, that this is dying, this is not working. There was not one person giving me shit, talking bad about CrossFit. And then last podcast we did, and we did the league stuff. I can't remember his fucking name. The league stuff.
Fucking Lazar.
Huh?
The guy in the comments.
No, just in general. But I mean the league stuff, the fitness league stuff.
Oh, World Fitness Project. That Lazar guy. Yeah, what's his name?
I always forget. Anyway,
Lazar
it's not just this guy, but I mean just in general. Like even
I just wanted to finish the name Lazar in case people thought I was talking about Lazar. Okay. No, there's another German guy that was fuck me. He was on one.
No, but in general, like, and when you say something about the league stuff, people like getting fucking mad.
All right, fuck you guys. Shut the fuck up about it now. Look, is that better? Do you like it now with nothing on the screen? Sorry, go on, Adrian.
Yeah, it's just funny that when you say something now about the league stuff, people come with their arguments and blah blah blah. And then you're saying like you're working for CrossFit or you're on the side of CrossFit, where I'm like, I'm probably the most not biased guy at all. I just say what I think and what I see. So yeah, it's always really funny.
No, I think it is infuriating that it's basically like, you know, that thing of like, what are you drinking there? What drink is that?
I cannot show that.
Why? Oh, so you hate Heineken. You drink Amstel, so that
No.
means no, but you hate Heineken because you're drinking
What is
Amstel.
Amstel? Is it not? Is that not
But it's not
Spanish?
in a green can. So you hate Heineken then because you're drinking that. That's the only thing. It's just the
Yes,
only
it's the
assumption I
lemon.
can
It's
come
the
to.
lemon version. It has
Yeah,
barely alcohol.
so you hate Guinness, you hate Heineken. You want Guinness to go under and you want it to fail because you're
Oh,
drinking a different beer.
yeah, yeah.
If you like that beer,
I get that now.
that means that you hate Arthur Guinness and the whole black and white. You hate that. You despise it and you want it to fail. Or you're against bar staff because you're drinking at home. You're against the hospitality industry and you want that to fail. That's the only logical assumption I can come to. And that's what's
That's
happening
actually
with the World Fitness Project and the games. Is if you talk shit about the games, it's been fair game for the last especially the last 5 years, because they have fucked up a lot and it's been fair game. And if you talk shit about that, it's totally fine. If you put up stuff about ticket sales being shit, it's totally fine. If you put up a map of or not the Coliseum, whatever the fuck it's called, the arena with the ticket pictures on it, it's fine. If you do that about World Fitness Project, oh, you hate the athletes. You've no respect for the
yeah.
athlete. Why won't you give them a chance? Why won't you let them do it? And it's like one of the arguments I saw today was, well, CrossFit has had hundreds of events to get it right. They had World Fitness Project had one event, and it's like, yep, and they said they were going to do it better. So their whole claim is, we're going to do it better. We can do it better, and we're going to do it for athletes by athletes. And then they fucked something up at the first one with this whole fucking drug thing. And now nobody is allowed to criticize him, because if you criticize him, it means you hate the athletes, you hate the coaches, you're a bootlicker for Castro. That's the only, that can be the only possible reason that you would say something or point at it. Like Spin put up an article yesterday where he literally went like this: guys, have you seen this? Look what Alex Kazan said on this other podcast. That's what he did. And then the whole comments are, you fucking piece of shit. Like, how dare you? She said it. It's like, oh, snitches get stitches. She said it. It's like, how can you bring up she said it? I didn't hack her phone. Like, it's fucking crazy. And then people were saying to me, oh, but it's the clickbait headline. And I was like, it's not fucking clickbait. Clickbait is if he said, Alex Kazan did this horrible, terrible thing, and then never referenced it in the story. That's clickbait. He asked the question, did Alex Kazan just admit to taking a banned substance? I can't remember the end of the line, but it was something along those lines. And then in the article, he literally says where she says it in the first paragraph. And then in the second paragraph, gives some context and some backstory. And then the whole rest of the article is about whether or not she did and what she said and how it sounded, and then what the ramifications are for that, for the World Fitness Project, for her, and for CrossFit. And then people are saying like, oh, it's obviously you just fucking hates Alex Kazan.
Well, he's just a journalist, right? That's what they do.
Not according to some people. According to some people who have apparently forgotten what fucking sports journalism is actually like. You're not allowed to speculate. You're not allowed to try and work things out or ask questions. You can only find something out, then go to the person that you're talking about, ask them, wait for them to give you a statement, and then report that statement. Which is why you never, ever see, like, I assume you follow soccer, you never see speculation about coaches getting sacked. You never see speculation about transfers. You never see speculation about injuries. Oh, wait, you fucking always do. Every fucking day when you look at the back page of a paper, there's speculation about injuries or whatever. And it's not even just tabloids. But like, oh, can we have a professional sport? Please, can we have a professional sport? Please, can we treat these athletes like professional athletes? For the love of God, please. No, not like that. Don't actually treat them like professional athletes. Treat them like professional athletes in the way that I want them to be treated like professional athletes. Don't give them any of the bad shit. Just give them the good stuff. It's fucking insane. Like, it's
I think
crazy.
we're in a funny, like I was just thinking as well today, like how many times we have never seen it before. Like I said, we have always been like Well, let's take my case. I had always friends on the tour on the competition, right? Some closer and some less closer. But now you see like under every athlete's post, like at least 2, 3 athletes commentating, "Oh, so cool! Oh, you're doing amazing!" Or shit like this. I was like, "Oh, I could literally fucking puke on my phone when I see this kind of stuff." And it's like, where the fuck? Well, either these athletes are just on social media trying to be like the nice guy to everyone, or they're just like, yeah, just wrong or like just acting. It's just horrible. Oh, it's like imagine fucking. Have you ever seen Ronaldo commentating on Messi's post like you're the best? Keep doing what you're doing. This is how I fucking feel at the moment. I'm like, holy
Yeah.
fucking shit.
But the thing about it is as well that if you're like, it's just baffling. There's a. I'm trying to think what the right word is. It's not dichotomy, I don't think. But it's basically like you have to be on one side or the other. You have to be, and your motives have to be aimed at perpetuating your side and attacking the other side. There's no other explanation for anything that's happening. That's the situation that we're in now. So if Spin puts
Well,
up an
that's
article,
why we are attacking both sides always.
if Spin puts up an article, say, like, okay, there's three people that are responsible for this, right? World Fitness Project put out the rules, and now I don't actually know what happened after that, but the speculation is that they changed the rules but didn't communicate that change, or communicated that change to some people but not everyone, or communicated that change just to Alex and not anybody else. So they're culpable, right? Alex is culpable because she's the one that said it. She didn't have to say anything. She went to the podcast. She said something. Maybe she misspoke. Maybe she didn't mean to say it. Maybe she didn't realize who she was saying. Whatever. Responsibility still lies
Okay,
with her.
but just quick. I didn't really got
Last
into
one.
that. Okay.
Talking Elite Fitness are responsible because they pre-recorded the interview, heard her say it, and either weren't listening to what she said, didn't care what she said, or were saying, fuck it, put it out anyway. But if they're among the biggest proponents for, you just have to support the athletes and you just have to, everything's positive and sunshine and rainbows. So you would expect them then to say, oh, Alex, you actually said this on the show. Do you want us to take that out or do you want to leave it in because it's pre-recorded? So it's not live, so we can do that. So
Well,
they're the
but
three groups
they
that are
didn't even
responsible.
realize it.
Yeah.
They
What
were
were you
like,
going to ask
"Oh,
there?
we don't have any clue." No, but I haven't even looked into that. I just saw the post of Barbara Spin. But you are allowed to use what is it called, THC,
THC. Outside
out
of
of competition,
competition.
right?
But she
Okay.
took it on Saturday,
Oh,
which is not
she
out.
said, "Oh, okay."
She said Saturday, I think it was something along the lines of Saturday night I couldn't sleep. This isn't a direct quote. Saturday night I couldn't sleep, took like a CBD gummy. It had like a trace of THC in it and it helped me sleep or something along those lines. And then it was,
So again,
oh yeah,
so
but it's fine.
this is okay, but imagine someone would say, "Yeah, I felt a bit weak on Saturday, so I took a little bit microdose of testosterone."
I said that to someone earlier on. I was like, if she said she took Tren, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, this is what I mean. But honestly, like a drug is like this is again. Then we are at the point is like, oh yeah, this is fine, but actually it's not fine. Like a drug is a drug, right?
Well, a rule is a rule. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, this is
Like,
what I mean. Like that's my
if
point.
heroin
That's
isn't
my
on the
point.
banned substance list and Jason Hopper wants to go and become a heroin addict, whatever, man. I mean, terrible life choice, and I'll offer you some maybe alternatives. But if that's what you want to do, you know, it's not against the rules. Go for it. But if fucking CBD drops are added to the list, just follow the rules. Like that's it. And then the competitions, like the amount of shit that CrossFit get if they change the season, and I believe rightly so, they get shit for it. I've given them shit for it, changing the season to season. So the structure of the season changes from 2025. We all know already, we know 2026 is going to be different. I fucking hope it's going to be different. But they changed the season structure and all anybody does is complain. World Fitness Project changed the rules after one event and everyone's like, yes, here for it, sister, let's go. And it's like, hang on, you just changed the rules. You brought out a drug policy, then you changed the drug policy. You brought out rules about pro cards and qualifications, and then after the first event, you just, fuck it, let's just invite Colton and Fee. And I'm happy for Colton, and I'm happy for Fee. Before people start saying, I hate Colton, and I hate Fee, and that's the only reason I'd say that.
That's the biggest fucking joke when I saw that. Again, like you said, nothing against the two athletes, but if CrossFit would have done this, oh yeah, by the way, we invite these two guys for the games because they did well in semifinals. Imagine how people would have gone nuts. But now, apparently, it's fine. And this is what I mean. It's just.
Are you saying heroin isn't a performance enhancing drug or THC isn't? Because it might not be performance enhancing, but it's on the list. Or was on the list. There is on some lists.
Sure on the list.
But yeah, the issue I have is that it's just, I was having I had a conversation. I got in trouble for sharing the fact that I had a conversation with someone via DMs. I didn't even share any information about it, but I was told that's the end of all of our conversations. So I had a conversation with someone about the strength of field, and they offered their opinion, and I asked, okay, we're playing devil's advocate. What about this, this, and this? And the response I got back was, look, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to argue about it. And I was like, I'm not fucking arguing about it. I'm having a conversation about it. Like, you commented on something that I put up, and I'm responding to your comment here because it's just going to cause an argument in a comment section. So I DM'd you about it, and we're just continuing the conversation. I just want to know where you land on it. And I want to offer you some counters to the thing that you seem to think is just nailed on, concrete, true. But straight away, it's like, oh, here we go. Fucking World Fitness Project hater just come. It's like, no, like I literally I'm questioning, do you actually think that the World Fitness Project field is stronger because of performance and because of current levels of performance, current levels of fitness, and because of the whole like top to bottom leaderboard is stronger than the top to bottom leaderboard of the CrossFit Games? Or are you basing it on legacy and the fact that, well, they were really good last year. That person was really good 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and last year they were really good. They were shit 2 years ago. Or are you basing it on the fact of, I was at the World Fitness Project, I watched it, and those girls and those guys that were in those divisions would kick the shit out of anybody up and down North Park if it was in Madison. Every one of them would fucking destroy them. If that's your stance, fine. But if you're just saying, no, the World Fitness Project leaderboard is really strong, and then you're like, right, like the counter I gave was, well, what if Brooke Wells and Sydney Wells don't qualify for the games? Is the World Fitness Project leaderboard still stronger then if they weren't able to qualify? Because they've, like, not because they opted out, but because they failed to qualify. And that was what elicited, look, I'm not going to argue about it. It's like, what? Like, that's what fucking sport is. It's debates and borderline arguments, sometimes full-on arguments. And like, well, I don't think this is true. Well, I think that's true. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I disagree, but whatever. That's what sport conversations are. And now we're at a point where you cannot question anybody's belief. Generally, I find they're the people who actually don't have any evidence or don't have conviction in what they're saying. So if you say, whoa, why do you think that's true? And they say, no, leave me alone. You can't question my beliefs. You can't question, like, it's because they don't have a strong foundation, so they can't argue their point. So then they just say, like, well, you're fucking attacking me. You hate the World Fitness Project. You hate athletes. You hate everybody. It's like, nope. And then the other isn't true for some reason, that if you say, geez, you can literally wear a t-shirt that says Castro is a prick, and you can call him a prick, and you can criticize the most boring first workout of all time being announced inexplicably like 3 months early for fucking no reason at all. You can criticize all that stuff. You can criticize all of that as loud as you want. You can all caps granddad style fucking Instagram post if you want, and you'll get thumbs up and applause and everything else. But if you say, God, that's a bit weird, isn't it? The World Fitness Project changed their drug rule. Like, that's weird. Immediately, you're an asshole. That's what fucking pisses me off. That it's a rule for me, a rule for thee. You're allowed to criticize, do whatever you want, but not us. You can't criticize us. You hate the athletes when you do that.
I think because I think a lot of people still do this. Okay, if you're on the CrossFit side, you are okay that Lazar got killed. And if you're on the league stuff, you are like, not okay with it. You know what I mean? And I think people a lot of times still like putting this in their, I don't know, maybe not direct in their argument, but deep down somewhere they have that, right? At least that's how I feel it sometimes out when people argue.
The problem is that Sevon, Dance, Hiller, and Spin have nothing positive to say about the BW. That's not true, though. Jenny went to and so did Hiller, went to the World Fitness Project. Hiller did a video about the World Fitness Project, and I'm pretty sure he praised multiple aspects of it. So did Jenny Dance. She praised multiple aspects of it. I'm trying to think. Sevon had Alex on today and was talking about it a lot, and he questioned stuff, but he didn't actually talk negatively about it. I've heard Spin say positive things on the Spin, like on the show.
We said positive things. We said it was good and it was running well and it looked fine and the stream was great. But we said we would make something much better or something different. Or...
I don't know about saying we. I don't think I'd make anything better, but
okay, then me.
But yeah, it's just infuriating that you can't have any kind of discourse on it because you're just not allowed to question anything or to say, have you guys seen this? Because if you do that, you're a piece of shit. And that's it. Generally disparaging is different. You just said that nobody has said nothing positive about it. And now you've downgraded it already to generally disparaging, which also isn't true. Go and watch Jenny Dance's review after she came back from it, and go and watch Hiller's video after he did it, and go and watch multiple Spin shows. Just because they're not coming out and blindly praising it and saying, guys, this is the best thing that's ever happened. It's like, what about that thing over there? No, ignore that. This is the best thing that's ever happened. But what about the lights? The lights are a bit with, no, never mind the lights. It's the best thing that's ever happened. Like, that's what's happening. When you look at other outlets and it's just like positive. Like, nothing gets better if you do that. Like, so we'll get back to this at some point. But like, JR programs crash every year, and then after it's over, he immediately goes back and he's like, right, what's wrong with this? That's his first question that he asks himself. What did I fuck up? What did I miss? What went badly? He doesn't sit back and go, this was the best I've ever done. I'm so proud of myself. Everything is amazing. Because you just don't get better if you do that.
I think like even especially as an athlete, like, I don't know, like I have won competitions, I have done well in competitions, and always after the first competition, I look not the things I have done great. I always look at the things I need to get better on or didn't went well. I think it's a natural way of someone who's just thriving for something better. I feel like the positive is for the average Joe, who was just like, yeah, I'm happy with it and it's fine. But I think you have never seen a successful person, not whatever success they had, not like always trying to progress, always trying to look, okay, what could we do better? What wasn't great? So yeah, but I think that's just different people, different mindset.
Watch them all positive through gritted teeth, but that's your perception of it. Like, that doesn't make it fact. Just because someone said like, yeah, you know what, I actually really like that, it's like, oh well, of course he'll say it like that. He's not saying it in the tone I want him to say it. Like, it's just, I don't know. There looked like there was 0 spectators at TFX, but nothing mentioned. There was mentioned multiple times, and there was multiple mentions of the fact that way more people watched the team stream than the individual stream. Like, this was all talked about. You're not paying attention. If you're just seeing and hearing what you want to see and what you want to hear, and you're ignoring the other things because it doesn't fit the story that you're telling of, they hate the World Fitness Project, they hate the athletes, they wanted to fail, they only love CrossFit. Like, you're missing all the key points. It's just one-sided. You're looking at one side of the scales and you're saying this isn't balanced. All right. Anyway, I could talk about that for 4 fucking hours. And one thing I will say actually is when the guys are on the show, Will and Saxon and Jackson, I need to separate their names. When Saxon, Will, and Jackson were on the show, after the show was over, they said, can you give us some feedback? Like, what did we do? What, like, I was like, on the show or in general? And they're like, in general. And I gave them feedback. I told them what I thought wasn't going to go well, what I thought would go well. I told them some of the mistakes that I think they were making. I told them some of the things that I think they were doing well. Like, that's how it works. Pedro, you sound defensive because Glenn has a bit of a point. I don't think I do sound defensive. I think I sound exasperated because he's just saying the same thing over and over again. I don't think it's accurate. JY and Tyler seem pretty against World Fitness Project in their last spin show because they think the World Fitness Project, either intentionally or unintentionally, is going to affect CrossFit negatively. I actually haven't watched this week's. I saw the comments on it saying that John said something about they won't work with us, and that some people thought he meant spin and some people thought he meant CrossFit, but I haven't actually watched the show, so I genuinely just don't have a response to that.
Well, again, I don't think it's going to affect the game season. I think it's going to affect this bigger off-season competitions. Might be Vodapalooza who's going to die, like not die from it, but like get a kickback. There might be like other, like not Rogue, of course not
Yeah.
Rogue. They have the highest prize money and it's great competition. But I think everything beside Rogue, like we have seen last year's Dubai field was already horrible or not great. I think it's going to be probably even worse this year, you know, if there is a Dubai. I don't know if they have announced anything. So I think things like this, these second tier off-season competitions, they gonna, I think, take a big hit of like having good athletes. And I think not directly the games. Of course, maybe 2 or 3 guys who will not be at the games because of they didn't qualify or because they didn't have time to do anything or they just didn't qualify. But yeah, I think these other off-season competitions are going to take a big hit from that.
Yeah, I think some competitions are going to change the way they do things to avoid that happening. So they'll run not as exhibitions, but like they'll run in ways, or expeditions. They'll run in ways that takes the pressure off the athletes. So like it might be less events, or it might be more like spaced out, as in not like that Wadapalooza might not, hypothetically, Wadapalooza might not just be 2 days for individual. It might be spread over 4 days and like 2 events in each day or something. Or it might be all team, or it might, you know, that they might change to remove the temptation for athletes to be like, oh fuck, that's too much, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, but I think
wouldn't be
that's the
surprised if that
wrong
happened.
way. I think because now, like I said, even the league stuff did that. Like honestly, I think that's the wrong way. Like I think we mentioned that before. Like we athletes or the athletes in general, we want to get tested. We want to get like the hard things. This is why we train. We don't train to go like, oh yeah, we go to the Wadapalooza and it's easy 2-day competition with 2 events. Like we don't train for that like
But do you not
6,
think it's
7
changed a
hours.
bit? I'm not saying for everyone, but do you not think it's changed for a lot of athletes where it's like some of the competitions have that gravitas, like say like Rogue, semi-finals is a means to an end almost. It's like I need to go to semi-finals because I want to get my tickets, because I want to go to the games, and the games is the big show. And then Rogue is like the prize money is so huge and there's so much that comes with qualifying for it. But do you not think that there are athletes, not all, but some, that would think Wadapalooza is a contractual obligation, or like Dubai is a contractual obligation for me to go to because it's in my contract I have to do 2 off-season events? The easier that event is for me, the better.
Yeah, for sure.
The
But
less broad
is
and whatever the
that
test is, the more wheelhouse it is, the better.
for sure? But is that the way to go for the sport? No. Like again, we cannot just change the sport that it's got fine for all the athletes. Like then we have to learn that okay, athletes need to make the decision. Like I said, I still am amazed that it's possible that people gonna do the league stuff and the game season. If the league stuff would have come out as like, yeah, we have 3 events, but the 3 events going to be each like the games, I think people would not have like thought once is like, oh, okay, we can do both, you know? And I think that's the way to go. Yes, then you need to make a decision, and then we lose athletes either or, but then at least, okay, we still have a great product on both sides, right? But like you need to stop always thinking, oh, we just make it the way athletes are happy and they can do it all. No, then you need to learn to make decisions and say, okay, you know what, this year I'm going to do the league stuff, or this year I'm going to do the game stuff, or this year I'm just going to go for Rogue. I don't think the way to go is just to like make everything easier so people can compete more. I don't think that's the way to go. I miss the competitions where I look and it's like, even French, man, French was a very hard competition. But I think that's the way to go. You want to qualify to the games, then you should go through a hard competition and not just like mayhem 2 days and 5 events. I think this is the wrong way to go, in my opinion. I think you still need to have a hard test. You still need to push the athletes to the limits. That's why we want to do it. And
How
not
many
just like
events?
every competition now has 2 or 3 days between 4 and 6 events, and it's like, yeah, we don't want to push the athletes too much. Like, honestly, why as a spectator should I be interested? No, I want to watch as a spectator people like going through hell, like people like watching hard workouts and like struggling.
How many events was there at the French Showdown last year? Do you know? Can you remember?
I think 7 or 6. It was
Because
not
like
9.
the point was made to me that, well, of course Laura didn't win World Fitness Project because it was only 6 events, and it's like, well, there wasn't that many events at semifinals last year, and she qualified there. She came second. But yeah, look, I think if
Well,
the games
she would have
was really
definitely not. She would have definitely not won the league stuff if event 7 or 8 would have a strict handstand push-up in there.
maybe. If the games does really well, everything benefits. If Albany goes amazing, if they put on an amazing show, everything benefits. Like all the other sport side benefits. I think if the games does really well, the World Fitness Project benefits, Wadapalooza benefits, Dubai, like Down Under, every competition benefits if the CrossFit Games is really, really good this year. I think if the CrossFit Games is not good this year, every event suffers as a result. Because more fans will start losing interest in just the sport, not even just the game season, just the sport. They'll start losing interest. I think it'll be sponsors that start saying like, I don't really know if I want to be involved in this. And then they won't want to be interested. And that's money gone out of not just the game season, of like everything.
I had a talk out of a big company out of Europe, one of the biggest companies in the sport at the moment out of Europe. And they told me, or the guy told me, that he watched the first event of the league stuff, and he wanted to do a vendor or he wanted to put up attend at the vendor village in Copenhagen, but he's really considering it after watching the first week. That was his words, so again, maybe I don't know if you can take the last comment from this, I don't know, these 2 girls, but because I love watching the sport, I will keep watching whatever there is. Yeah, this might be you, but I also talk to a lot of people who say, hey, I stopped watching CrossFit because it's every time the same and it's starting to get boring. Yes, there might be the hardcore fans. If they're gonna do 7 events and 7 events gonna be 100 burpee 4 times, well, keep watching, it's great. But again, this might be you and you might be a hardcore fan. But we need to find a way to bring like everyone in there and not just the hardcore fans. And like I said, I talk to a lot of people and athletes who retired or still athletes who are doing this since 10 years, and they say, I had to stop watching CrossFit because it was started to be so boring and every competition was just the same. So I think they need to be something different.
I also think that if, like someone said earlier on, the what do you call it? World Fitness Project put on a great event for their first one. Yeah, nobody has said they didn't. Like, that's the thing. We've praised, like Adrian and I have praised it. Aspects of it were like, that was a bit weird. Why did they do that? But like largely for a first event, it was fucking ridiculously good. It basically looked like Rogue.
Exactly, it looked like Rogue. That's the problem.
But I think that if the games puts on a really good show, and if World Fitness Project puts on a really good show in their second one, where is it, Mesa or somewhere? If they both put on really, really good events, I think the future is really, really bright. I think if the games puts on a absolute mess, and if the World Fitness Project puts on as good of a show as they did the first time, and there was really good things about it, but if it's not improved from the event 1, and event 2 is like a carbon copy, exactly the same as event 1, and if the games isn't good, I don't think the future looks particularly bright. Dan asked, why is it a problem? Go and watch last week's show, who reviewed, I think it was the French Showdown review show, where Adrian summarized World Fitness Project and the biggest problem he has with it, and why he's like, it's basically a mini Rogue and we don't need another Rogue, we already have a Rogue, so why don't you do something different? The whole thing is there. Have you had Jason Anstey on the show yet? No, I asked him multiple times, and it was... Are we talking to the same person? It's... Fuck, I hope I'm thinking of the right person. It's the guy that does Monster Games, and he's the American event coordinator or whatever for World Fitness Project. I asked him like a good few times to come on the show, and I think it was a hectic time or something, and they were like, oh, maybe whatever, and then just like fell apart. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the second World Fitness Project is like. I think if both events are good, it's good for the sport. I think if the games isn't good, it's bad for the sport. I think if the games isn't good and World Fitness Project is the same as it was, as good as it was, if it's the same as it was for the first event in the second event, I don't think that's good either. They have there was a lot of things that they didn't do great. There was a lot of things they did do really well, but a lot of things they didn't do great that they need to fix up. I think that the games it's the pinnacle, like it's the tip of the spear, and if that tip of the spear is blunt, we're in trouble. All the events are in trouble. Anyway, event 3, sorry. We went through this. So 100 calorie echo bike, 100 toaster bar. Hopper's thing was, can I do it in under 20 minutes? That'd be an amazing time, wouldn't it? 20 minutes? Like 19 something?
Yeah.
Like, it's so much work. What would you do there? So you get through the echo bike. I mean, you're not going to win it there, but like you want to stay in the group.
I think Colton tested it or something. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but JR actually sent me the exact times from Colton for each part.
All right, don't say that.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the numbers, but I saw the numbers. Yeah.
So the athletes, you get off the bike, and what would you do then? Would you do like 10 sets of 10, 5 sets of 20?
No, not 5 sets of 20. Especially in a toaster bar. I feel toaster bar is something really like you go down and jump up again. Yeah, I think I would go with 10s. Maybe the first. Yeah, maybe.
And would you do those
beginning.
quick? Would you be doing like the big arch like toaster bar? Or would you do those quick? The kind of almost strict ones.
Me personally, I don't have a big arch anyway. So my toaster bar is more about rep speed, because if you have a higher rep speed, you have less time on the bar. So yeah. But that's me personal. But yeah, you definitely want to do efficient. But again, on 100 toaster bars, rep speed still matters as well, or you can gain seconds there. And then I think on the bar facing burpees, yeah, it's just keep moving. Yeah.
The front will the front squats be affected by the toaster bar, do you think?
Well, I think the whole general thing is just going to be effective, like each other. Like even let's say the Cal Echo bike, 100 calories, you probably want to hold around 20 calories a minute, maybe a bit more, 20, 22, so it's close to 5 minutes.
What would you do on the 10s? Keep going on the bike, sets of 10 on the toaster bar, just keep moving on the burpees. You get to the front squats. What's your plan there?
And hang on.
Do you just do as big a set as you possibly can, or do you have a number in your head?
Well, I think I haven't, I hope these athletes, I think they announced this like a week or 2 weeks ago, so they definitely tested that. But I think you just, like I said, it's 50 kilos, so it's not too heavy, and if you drop it, you can pick it up very quick. So I think you just go by feel. But yeah, I don't think you're gonna see like sets of 30 or 40 reps. I would be surprised.
Yeah, even quick sets, and then you get to say like 60, and you're like, fuck, the end is in sight. I'll just see.
Because rep speed matters there as well. So you can do sets of 30, but if every time you rest 2 seconds on top, you're still not gonna win the workout, right? So
it's gnarly. There's gonna be a lot of I reckon on the front squats, the back half of the front squats, there'll be a lot of like shitting dogs. Everyone's just going to be like crumpled.
I think even under 100 bar facing burpees, you pick up the bar and you feel like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Everything, your whole front is just going to be fucked. All right. Yoke repeater. He almost put my name in a workout. That was cool. 8 rounds, 400-meter run, and then 40-foot yoke carry. And the yoke is like 200 kilos and 150-ish. Is that right?
No, 445 is 200.
Okay, so
So it's
190 something.
190.
So 8 rounds. Is that 400-meter a sprint then? Like, are you running?
Well, it's still is 3.2 kilometers. I'm excited. Well, I told him what I thought about that workout, and for me, I need to see how it plays out. But first of all, for me, this is a games workout in a way of like, again, I like the structure we had usually at in the whole game season. It was like the open stuff. You knew, okay, what kind of shows up in the open, more the simple traditional CrossFit. And then the semi-final was always like, okay, now, or even let's say quarterfinals, you knew, okay, now a bit more skill, a bit harder workouts, maybe a bit heavier workouts. And then you had semi-finals where it's like, okay, now we introduce maybe running, we introduce again a bit more skilled stuff of the weight stuff, and then the games was like, okay, just whatever crazy shit we see. And that was for me, for example, a yoke. Now I'm not blaming him to program that workout is a good workout. I just say it should be at the games, but again, we don't have this flow anymore because everyone can do whatever they want. So again, I don't blame him that he put it in. But for me, this is a games workout. I think that would look amazing outside on the field.
Is a 40-foot yoke carry at whatever 400 pounds? Would it be
That's
hard?
easy.
Yeah,
That's
would they make
very
it
light.
harder at the games?
It depends what you want. Like I said, I'm interested. He said it's a good weight. I think it's too light. So it's still the.
Yeah, but is it right for semi-finals then? Is my point. Like,
Even
you're
then,
thinking
it's
of as a
like
games workout.
it's still too light. Like okay, I'm not saying too light. It's depend what you want, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to give, if you want to take it away a bit to the lighter runners, and you want to give it a bit to the like stronger like let's take. There might even be like Hunter could come in and win this workout easily, probably because the yoke is not heavy enough.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a bit my point. But I'm excited to see it, and it's not long either. 40. How much is that? 40 inch. It's like 10
40
meters. 50,
feet.
40 feet.
It's more or less 40 meters, isn't it?
No, no, no.
No, it's not. Hang on. What
It's
am
like
I?
10 meters. It's
I'm
like 10
almost 2
meters.
meters, and 2 meters is 6 foot. So it's a third, roughly. Is that right?
Yes, it's close to 10 meters. 10,
Yeah.
12 meters.
About 12. Yeah. It's not on a runner. Sure, it's not. It's a. I assume it's a loop. They did a run at Syndicate last year, didn't they? Like, not on a
Can't
runner.
remember.
I don't think it's a runner.
Can't remember.
I could be wrong, but I don't think it is. I don't think JR would program a runner, but maybe I'm wrong. So 400-meter run. What are you? If the yoke isn't that bad, then are you like pushing the tempo on the run? Then are you kind
Oh
of?
yeah, you have to. It's a 3.2 run for time with quick in between yoke carry. That's how I see it.
I heard an amazing story from Brandon Luckett. Told me, I don't think this weight would do it, but he said that the first time he used a yoke was at the games, and he said he went and like you get sized up and they mark,
Yeah.
I guess, on a sheet like what your height you want, and then they put it to that when you go out. But he said he marked him. He was like, yeah, that's good. And then as the workout progressed, he said the last couple of rounds he couldn't lift the yoke off the ground because it had like compressed his spine, and he was like, he felt he was the same height, but he couldn't get off the ground anymore. So he's like, that was the day I learned to always program it or always
Put it a bit
mark it
higher,
like
yeah.
slightly lower. I thought that was fucking crazy.
Because also when you do at the games or whenever you do it, you do it without weights, so you have a much bigger in posture in general, right?
Yeah.
Like if you pick up something with a weight or like then a very heavy yoke, right? So yeah, no. But I
thought
even
that was
thought
nuts.
the yoke was too light on the league stuff as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, I follow. All right. What do you think so far? So we've got a 10-minute, probably
Let's
like
do this at the end. Let's go the
okay.
overall at the end. Otherwise, we're never gonna finish this.
I told you to give me 2 hours.
Yeah,
Metal
but
March.
we already have 104.
So we're nearly finished. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3 intervals, and you rest a minute between sets. So for time, 50 Rogue Pro double unders, 4 or 3, 40 if you're girls, 4 or 3 cut rope climbs. Max distance in remaining time of dual kettlebell overhead walking lunge. Continue until 240 feet, 6 40 feet lengths have been completed. Does anybody finish
Yeah,
that?
I know that's hard to say for me. So 50 rope double unders are like 30 seconds. 4 cut rope climbs, maybe 34, so 110. So you have like probably like 30, 40 seconds for doing thruster, the lunges. Again, I don't know what this speed is. So it's 240,
12
how
meters,
much?
roughly, isn't it?
So 6 times 12 meters. So it's 60, 72 meters.
It's 12 meters, yeah. Yeah. Does anybody, you're not even, nobody's, someone will probably get one length, would they? Like one,
1, 2.
as in 2 of the 40 feet sections. Like, I assume
Yeah.
when he programs this, I assume he's tested it or whatever, and he's like, all right, maybe 3
Someone
people
can do
finish
it in
it.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe 3 people finish it. And then the rest are
Oh,
going to be
no.
like staggered.
Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. People for sure finish it with the 3-minute rest, 3-1 at the end.
So the race is, can anybody get it done in the last 2?
No, in 3. 2, 2, 2.
Yeah, but are we debating? I'm saying, will someone get it finished in the last 2-minute round, or will everybody need the 3-minute round? Remember,
Oh, yeah.
Tia almost broke the yoke workout that time, where she,
Yeah, even BK, they both fucked up
yeah.
Castro. Yeah, I remember that.
Is that possible here or no?
Well, not in 1 round. I think not in 2 rounds, but I think in 3 rounds. It's hard to say. I don't know. Well, maybe.
Yeah. The cut rope, what does the cut rope do? So it's not on the ground, so you have to jump and do what? Maybe a pull and a half or 2 pulls before you can get your feet on, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so it just makes it, how does that change that? If I'm doing rope climbs on a normal rope versus cut rope, how does it change it for me?
Just harder to grab the rope because it's more like loosey-goosey, so it's more swinging. So even if you do the first like 2 handles legless, and then you have to bring around the leg, is a bit more. It's a bit
Oh,
harder
because
than
like
with a
the
long one.
bottom half of your body is liable to swing,
Yeah, it's
basically.
just
Okay.
swinging. Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
Someone,
you jump up, you probably do 1 or 2 pulls legless, and then you do 1 normal like pull with the legs, and then you're up there.
someone told
Or
me
if it's
before. Sorry.
yeah, sorry, no go.
Someone told me before that they love the phrases that you use, like loosey goosey. they had a list of like 4 phrases. They like playing like Mundwiler bingo. Okay, so 4 of those, I'm guessing like someone's definitely going to come out and be like, right, fuck this, I'm getting it done without that 3 minutes.
Well, again, that's the problem. People have tested it. Like, I don't think if you have tried it in training, you barely finished it in 3, that they come out and like, I'm gonna fucking do it in 2 minutes. So again, I think this would be, and this is where my point is again. This is a workout. If you show up with this workout on the competition day, you would see a lot of different things.
Yeah,
Where
yeah, yeah.
now it's like people know exactly the pace, they know how it's feeling. And again, we are back on the point. I think we could make competitions already much more interesting by stop releasing workouts 2 weeks before competition.
Hmm.
Because now everyone knows the pace. Like everyone, like same as Heavy Isabel. There were people with a watch on their wrist doing Heavy Isabel, and they did a snatch, looked on the watch, did a snatch, looked on the watch. Like, what the hell is this? And that they do that because they could practice this in training and they knew exactly their pace. And that's why I think competitions is getting more boring and boring, because people know exactly what they do. They know exactly their pace. There's less error than it used to be when there is no announcement before. Like
Is it
this
sorry.
workout releasing on the day or the day before the competition, so they could not have tried it. Oh, you would see a lot of different things.
Is this a big guy's workout, or does the rope even it out? Like the fact that they'd have to move their mass Or does it favor a big guy, the fact that it's a cut rope?
Well, no, especially for the cut rope, a bigger guy is easier.
So
It's
do you
better
think
for
this
them.
is like a Luke Parker type
Yeah.
workout then?
Yeah, and then they have big. Normally, on the walking lunges, they should also move
Yeah.
faster, bigger steps. Yeah.
All right, athletes only. Event 5, 30, 24, 18, 12, 6, GHD sit-ups, 30-foot handstand obstacle walk. We've seen the ramps and the steps, like the old school regionals ramps. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, box jump overs, and then another. I don't understand this workout. So you do 30 GHD sit-ups and then 30-foot handstand walk and then 24 GHDs. Oh no, you do.
Then
Okay,
8
yeah,
box jumps, 30 feet handstand walk, and then you do 24, 38,
Okay, yeah.
30.
Yeah.
Like this.
So
I like the
GHDs,
high box
handstand walks,
jumps.
box jumps, handstand walks, GHDs, etc. Okay.
I hope the standard is you're not allowed. I will assume so. You're not allowed to use any hands, so you have to do a proper box jump. But I assume if it says box jump overs, it's meant to be that you're not allowed to use the hands, at least not for the way up. For the way down, it's fine. But
What height is the?
so it's literally double men's. The normal men's height is 24-inch. So now
And if it's on its size, it's 30, is it? If it's on the narrow end, is that a 30-inch box?
The highest is 30-inch. It is a high box.
Hell,
I think
that's
it's
high.
probably. I think it's what we talked the other day. I think it's the height
Yeah.
of what we had at the Chaos workout at the games in 2018.
That was my favorite workout at the games.
It's fucking weird.
All right, so GHDs, handstand walk, box jump overs. So what's the separator here? Is it just your ability to kick up quickly into your handstand walk and not be diminished by either the jumps or the GHDs and just be able to maintain your? Is that who wins it? Like someone who's just like walks in the GHD, kicks up straight away, goes to the box, kicks up straight away, and walks. Is that the person that wins it basically?
Yeah, well, the obstacle is a big reason for mistakes. So yeah, you will definitely see who's good on the obstacle has a huge advantage. And
Does
then
it
if
matter?
they're
Does
like,
height matter on this one? Like if you're
no, not really.
you're
Well, on the
short,
box
if you're
jumps,
short, you're
yeah.
fucked.
Well, not fucked. I'm not the tallest guy, but if you know, normally it's not that much of reps. So yeah. No, I don't think so. Actually, the Chaos workout, I remember one of the two pen chicks, they did really well in this workout because they're super powerful. They jumped really well on the box. They're not the tallest guys either. So no, I think
know what it's
size,
like.
of course, it maybe like nothing against Colton, but Colton maybe the box would be very high for him, or even like Austin. Like
Yeah.
but then they would probably make it good with the GHD or with the handstand walk. I think it's on the obstacles. So whoever has a, because it's still like you do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you do it 10 times.
And do you think it's
walk over.
probably a line, you start behind the line and you go a certain distance on the floor, then up the ramp or up the steps, whichever, and then
So
down and then another distance on the floor?
30-inch
30 feet.
at 30 feet is 10 meters, right?
Yeah.
So you probably walk the ramp up one side, and then on the way back
Down
you
the
walk the
steps.
stairs up. Yeah.
So
you still do 10 times the ramp. So, like I said, it's a lot of point to mistake.
Wasn't it? Remember at the games that year where they put the line that you start your handstand walk was like almost at the very start of the ramp. There was like an inch, and people couldn't do it because they didn't get to have a run at the ramp. Like
they
were
didn't got the
trying to.
momentum. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but they
easy
will
to
have that
fix.
here
You
with
just
30 feet, right?
Yeah, I think with 30 feet, the ramp is if the ramp is in the middle, well, I assume you have probably like 1, 2 meters on each side.
Yeah, probably.
So the ramp is probably like 5 meters, not even, yeah, probably 5 meters.
The last one then, bag 9 sandbag cleans, 15 or 12 ring muscle ups, 21 or 18 calorie echo row, 15 or 12 bar muscle ups, 9 sandbag cleans. And the sandbags are 200 pounds, so the guts of 100 kilos. That's just a sprint, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a great workout, especially the 200 kilo, like the 200-pound bag is like in this style, especially with it's still like, okay, people go touch and go with the sandbag? Can they go? Is it faster? Because sometimes people move a touch and go. They actually like on the way down, they control it too much. So it's actually like slower than just dropping and pick it up again.
So
Especially
the
with the
standard is
sandbag.
probably like up to your shoulder and like put your other hand off it, basically, wouldn't it be?
I was wondering at the league stuff because normally it said you have to have a straight arm, but then some of the people at the league stuff they literally just did like quick let the back go and go.
Yeah.
Like I don't know exactly what the standard there was, but I don't know in general the standard exactly. If it's literally
Oh,
just like
is that why Yella hosted put
yeah,
up
I
that
think
story the
Yele.
other day?
I don't know who did it. I can't remember. I think Yele probably did because you had the sandbag here, and then some people literally just did like so they had the sandbag on one side, and then they just did like this and put it back on and dropped it.
Yeah, because Yella put up a story the other day and said, which of these is a no rep? And he was in his house or
Yeah,
whatever. And I was
yeah.
wondering, was he pissed off that did he get a no rep or did he see someone not get a no rep? Or because I remember thinking like that was a really weird post to put up or a story to put up. Wonder is it off the
Yeah.
back of that?
No, but you saw weird stuff. Like when I watched it, I thought like, okay, the standard must be that it's just like you need to let go the back by one hand for like a second. But then some people like straightened up the arm, and I could not really get that.
Maybe they were worried
But
about a Hitler salute. So they said, oh, just take your hand off, it's fine. Where
yeah,
was there sandbags last year? I can't remember. I remember seeing sandbags and it was the same. They had them like here, and some people were just doing that. And
yeah.
then other people were like putting their hand all the way out and all the way back. Which I mean
And
it's
then
not a
and then
huge
even
difference,
resting the
but
hand and then put it back,
yeah.
Yeah, you can lose a lot of seconds there, especially in a sprint workout. So
Yeah. And it's 18 times you'd be doing it as well. Like in this type of workout, so sandbag cleans, so 18 sandbag cleans, 30 or whatever, 24 ring muscle ups. Or sorry, different varied muscle ups. And no rep here, you're fucked, basically. Is that accurate? Like if you get a no rep on the bag, you're chasing, like it's
yeah,
so hard to make up to. You need someone else to fuck up. And if you get a no rep on the bar or the rings, or if you break incorrectly on the bar or the rings, you're fucked.
yeah, probably still like if I would do it by like I would test definitely if I could do this 9 set band cleans touch and go and if it's actually efficient and also how much it takes out of it because there's no point to do 9 set back cleans touch and go unbroken and then you get to the rings and you do 5 reps and you're like oh shit
Yeah.
my heart rate is
Or you
way
get
too
to your
high.
last soundbite cleans and you like stand looking at it.
Yeah, I think then there are singles you should always be able to do. But yeah, I would figure out this and then go unbroken on the ring muscle ups 15, pace the bike that I can have a quick transition that I can directly jump up on the bar muscle up and go unbroken again. And I think the 9 sandbag cleans, if you're strong and you can go touch and go. Otherwise, like I said, I think fast singles sometimes, especially again with a sandbag is very common, especially when you're tired and fatigued, that the way down you move actually very slow. So doesn't always mean touch and go is faster than singles.
These are all though as well. The thing that I love about this, so sandbag cleans, ring muscle-ups and bar muscle-ups. There's just so much room for a meltdown and like a fuck up.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's so
I
much.
agree. No, it's a great workout,
It's just
especially
dangling.
for
It's dangling
final.
a game's ticking in front of you, being like,
Yeah,
"Hey, you gonna go out too hot? Are you gonna fuck this up? Are you gonna over pace it? Are you gonna fuck it up?" Like there's just so much. A millisecond too fast, a millisecond too slow, and you've lost your ticket or gained your ticket. It's crazy. Yeah, I
well,
really
we
like
saw
that
that
workout.
French throwdown with this Nika guy, the guy from Georgia, was Georgia, who
Oh yeah.
who could not squat the back anymore, and he dropped and he totally collapsed, or like didn't collapse, but he could not pick up the back again, and he was standing at the back, and he literally saw, I think, yeah, the other
Callum.
guys going over, Callum going over and get his spot. Yeah, it was crazy.
If he had a phone over, it probably would have just been cramp anyway, so it would have been fine. All right. So 9 minutes. That's going to be hairy. That's going to be like a fast
Yeah.
sprint. That is going to be crazy good.
Again, what we just said, it's nice because there is a lot of points of error, and that's what I like in programming. If there is points where error is a big where it can happen, because it's fun to watch, it's fun for spectators. The drama is much higher than just like safer workouts. And as an
But it's
athlete,
but you can see, like, you can already envisage what's going to happen. Of two people will get to the sandbag, one of them will do that weird fumble thing, where they just can't get their hand under it quick enough because they rush it, or they'll grab the bag too quickly and it'll slip out of their hand. Like, all the things are there, and then the rower in the middle is just designed to fuck you over, basically, because you'll end up racing someone, or you'll realize where you are in the field and you're like, oh shit, I need to make a move on the bar, or oh, I'm out in front, I need to hold on. Like, it's just, I just think that's a great workout. That's gonna be so fun.
yeah, and then also you're gonna feel probably your grip as well, and the sandbag picking up without any or like fatigue grip. That's
Yeah.
also hard.
So you have the grip on the cleans, grip on the ring muscle ups, grip on the echo rower, grip on the bar muscle ups, and then grip on the sandbag cleans. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're looking at someone who tries to get their hands under and their forearms are just shot. So everybody's going to be walking off like that from that workout, basically.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, so just a quick run through. So day 1 is 3 workouts. Day 2 is 2. No, sorry, it's 2, 2, and 2. What the fuck am I talking about? I read Saturday as a workout because I'm retarded. So heavy Isabel, that's going to be fairly quick. This is going to be fairly long, like 20-ish, north of 20 minutes probably for most people. 18 minutes. What would you be looking at there? Like 16, maybe 15, 16 minutes? 15 minutes? For the top, say 10 in each.
Yeah.
You're reading the comments.
Yeah, sorry.
You smelt a German comment. That's probably going to be about 15 minutes, is it? For most people.
3.2. Yeah. Probably sub 14, 15.
Somewhere between 14 and 16, we'll say, for most people. And then what's that? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 minutes of work, we'll say. So about 11-ish, 10, 11 minutes, and then 6:50 will be the winning time for that one. He says, pulling a number out of his arse. So what do you think about the overall test then? Do you think is it broad enough? Does it lean too far one way or the other? Is it like biased? Is it like, what do you think? You're not as giddy as you were about TFX.
Nah, I don't know. No, they're good. They are they're great workouts. They're very general. So I don't think you favor an athlete too much or too little. Again, I like the programming. I really like it. I think it's a great test. The only thing what I said before I would have not done is the yoke. Because I believe this is the game stuff. Not that is a bad workout, but because I believe that should be at the games. But I think probably JR would have done the same or thought the same if he would have programmed the games. So no, I think it's a great test. Yeah.
Would you put something else in instead of a yoke? Would you have done like a farmer's carry be a bit shit, would it? What would you put in instead of a yoke? Or would you just change the workout altogether?
I would just change the whole workout.
Okay. All right.
But I think it's as exciting or as great programmed as, in my opinion, the one from last week.
Yeah, I think it's better than last week. I think last week was too niche. It was like, oh, you're powerful? You'll like this. Which is probably why you liked it so much too.
I'm not the most powerful athlete, honestly.
Oh, you're quite powerful.
Yeah, but I'm good in long stuff too.
And the thing I think about this is, you're not going to have someone qualifying from this being like, huh? So like this is a cohesive test, and it's going to be, yeah, they didn't qualify by accident. Like, it wasn't a fluke. You can't fluke your way through this. There's no like, well, they won that one specialist workout and then just managed to hang on. Like, you're going to be found out somewhere, because there's so much different shit in there that like you're going to get caught out. Like, whoever gets their games taken from here, it's going to be like, well, they fucking earned it.
Well, I believe everyone earned it. I don't think there's anyone right now going to the
I
games
know,
who
but I think
hasn't
some people
earned it.
earn it like, yeah, but if the programming was better, or yeah, but if the, you know what I mean? Whereas I think if you look at this, you're like, yeah, they'll probably do really well at the games if they qualify from here.
Well, only if the field is great. So I don't think really
Yeah,
like
fair.
you know what I mean. Like yes, of
Yeah,
course, the one who qualifies is a good athlete, but doesn't mean if the names are not there, even if he's not good, or if the field is not great, then like
true.
he's
I
not gonna
guess if
do well at the
nobody finishes
games.
any of the workouts, it's just whoever was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's fair. That's fair. Um, it just
So
shows the absolute fucking clusterfuck of the season. That if you look at the leaderboard from Syndicate's post after the Open, and then you look at the leaderboard from this week, and it's like you're missing so many names because the stupid fucking in-affiliate semifinals plonked in the middle of all the in-person ones, and then you have so many names removed. Like Dallin was meant to be here. Like there was such a strong
yeah.
field meant to be here, and then it's like, oh, they're all gone now because they qualified already. It's just so fucking dumb. And no, I don't fucking hate
So
CrossFit just because I'm saying that, by the way.
yeah, so let's say it this way. I really think it's a great programming because there is no specialist event beside, in my opinion, the running. Because if you're a good runner there, you're gonna do well in this one. But beside that, all the other events, well, the heavy Isabel, but of course, if you're strong, you're gonna do well in this one. But beside that, all the other events is not a specialist event. Yeah, like you need to be good in all the things, or in all the movements, or in the whole workout. What I think this is what we need in semifinals, and that's also when Castro always programmed the semifinals, or the HQ did it. I always felt like they programmed workouts who were like not too much or very equalized, so not like
Yeah, yeah.
specialized in something. And I really enjoyed that, especially if you have only like 6, 7 tests. And then again, at the games, you can do, because you have 13, 14 events, then there is fine if you have like 2, 3 events who are like more for the specialized, or for the like, yeah,
Why is there so many fucking German comments? What did I
yeah,
miss?
I don't know.
Half these people don't speak German, do they? Are they Google translating? One person said Deutschland a minute ago. Oh, she's actually saying she's from Germany. All right, sorry. I thought she was just shouting random German words. Oh, I see my name there. I don't want to know what that says. Have you seen the Torian programming?
The first 3, they announced 3 workouts now, right? Yeah.
Well, hey, listen, depending on who you know, you might have known those first 3 workouts 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah, there was a lot of workouts leaked, which is fucking bullshit.
really?
Yeah, there's 5 workouts. So event 1, 4 rounds, 1K run, 10 bar muscle ups, 10 cyclone squats.
It's funny because my girlfriend is a Torian right now, and she hasn't told me about any leaked workout.
Well, I've heard from 5 different people.
Okay.
That rig did not look stable on the floor. She's doing that bar muscle up. Is that the only one she did before it fell over? Did not look steady at all. So they're basically like Husafel, or the Cyclone. So people knew about that workout. Some programming companies are even programming it. Second workout, 4 strict deficit handstand push-ups, 2 cleans, ascending weight. That's going to catch a few people out, I bet. People knew Han was going to be programmed 2 weeks ago. I guess you probably could have guessed that it's programmed, or a version of it, or some kind of workout like that is programmed every year. That's a fucking insane story. Did you hear what happened to that girl? Like, do you know why that's a workout? So this Hannah, I think she went
Oh,
to
she
Torian.
died, right?
Yeah, or she was a spectator or something. I don't know. Maybe she went to the
Oh,
gym.
okay.
Her husband like locked her and her kids in the car and set it on fire.
Holy macaroni.
Fucking crazy. So they do. Everybody wears pink, and they do a workout dedicated to her. And I think that they've like charity donations and stuff for domestic violence or domestic abuse or whatever. Grisabel, people knew about that as well. So that's 30 snatches, 150 double unders, and 30 clean and jerks. I like that workout. That's cool.
Yeah, I like this one. I agree.
Is this about 60 kilos? Yeah. The normal one. Yeah, okay. Event 5. 30 calorie ski, 20 dumbbell snatches, alternating max effort, burpee box jump overs in 3 minutes. Rest 1 minute, and you continue until you get to 50 burpee box jump overs. What's that? 5 rounds then? No, 4 rounds.
See,
No,
this is what
I
I
don't
don't
understand.
like, that they have Isabel and then they have dumbbell snatches again.
Luke de Jong might win that one, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
I would have changed that maybe to like 30 calorie ski and then maybe 10 or 12 dumbbells, devil's press at least. So it's a bit of different movement. Now you have 2 times snatches with literally like the same weight, because once is 60 kilos and one is 30 kilos, 1 arm.
I like that it's another kind of baity workout, isn't it? It's like you have to get to 50 box jumps. So it's like, how hard are you gonna? Do you want to risk it? Like, do you
I
want to
love that.
really?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I love that.
I
Especially
love
with
those
the
kind of
movement
workouts.
of like the burpee box jump over is like there is no like to fail. Yeah, you might stumble over the box, but it's not like the overhead walking lunges is like, well, you might, like, you see there is a lot of for aero, what is good as well. We have seen at the league stuff how people struggle with heavy overhead lunges or general overhead lunges, and if your elbows bends a bit, you might just like collapse. So there is a big arrow, but I also like the other way around. So that's great for arrow, but the other way around, where like a burpee box jump over is just like you said, how hard do you want to go? How hard can you go, and what can you hold on the pace?
So I think there's one more to be announced that hasn't been announced yet. And if it's yoke and rings, then all of the workouts or some aspect of the workouts have been leaked from Torian Pro this year. If the last workout involves ring muscle ups and a yoke, there you go. All right. Anybody that wants to watch Torian, they'll have their own stream. Syndicate will be on Sevon's YouTube, I think. Yeah, it will be. And I'll be there, Spin will be there, Tyler will be there. John Young was going to go out and do Isabel before he's going to go out and do Heavy Isabel before Heavy Isabel. Like before the first heat. And there's like other people going to race against him, like people from the crowd. And then I think between the yoke repeater and Metal March, there's going to be a Kill Taylor heat. And they're going to do Metal March, I think. Or they're going to do I think they're going to do one of those workouts. I can't remember which one. It's going to be on the field, which is cool. I like how Adrian says the league stuff, and it sounds so diminutive. Yeah, it does sound really like a kid's drawing.
Yeah, the fitness.
Yeah, that little
league.
picture that they made. All right. So after this, they're like Asia and Africa are on as well, but fuck me, I'm exhausted. So like, yeah, they're cool. They're happening as well. Sarah Sigmund's daughter. Do you know Sarah Sigmund's daughter is with Training Think Tank now with Kyle
Again, she has been training Think Tank before.
Yeah, she was at Max. Kyle Ruth? Is it Kyle Ruth?
No, she was with Max, and then she was also with the girl.
Yeah. She was at Max and Perrin, and then
Now
Sarah
she's with
Sigmund's
another
daughter.
guy.
Or fucking Justin Kotler. And
Oh,
now
yeah,
she's back. So her third think tank coach, Kyle Ruth.
So what was wrong with Justin Cutler? He got through a lot of athletes as well, I feel like. It's not like beside Alex Kazan, like of course Carrie Pierce and stuff, they stayed with him a while, but I feel like in the last 1 or 2 years he has a lot of athletes coming and going, like Ricky.
Alex is there a long time. Ricky is kind of an anomaly, I feel, because he kind of took him when no one else would maybe take him. But Alex Kazan has been there a long time. Yeah, there's been a lot of weird shit there. Like I don't think any of it well, some of it maybe does, but a lot of it doesn't. I mean, Daniel Brandon is a loose cannon. Matt DeLugos just imploded and disappeared. Bethany got injured. Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff happening there. That COVID, remember, the Bethany was like going to maybe win the games, and she got COVID the day of the check-in.
I mean, not even that. Well, she was in a great shape that year.
Yeah,
she smashed semifinals. But I mean, not even like this year. So I mean, like really, like I said, like I feel like he has a lot of athletes come and go in the last 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of people as well, though. You look like a lot of people were with Kiefer, and then Kiefer left and went to Proven. So, like, I don't think
okay,
the
okay.
underdog exodus there can be
Okay,
blamed
okay.
on Justin either. But then it's interesting as well. So, Sarah, let's see. John Singleton coached Sarah, didn't she? She was at Red Pill for a
So you're
while.
not gonna go because she definitely wins the prize for the most coaches
It
in the
has to
fucking
be.
scene.
That's a crazy number. I don't know. She's been
I
around a
wonder.
long time.
She has
John
never been
Singleton.
with Hard Work Pays Off. I think that was the only program she hasn't been yet. And Brute maybe.
John Singleton,
Proven.
Red Pill. What's the Red Pill guy's name? Phil
I don't know.
Mansfield or
Fucking idiot.
Mainsfield.
Yeah. It's not worth to like take his name. He should not be coaching athletes. He
I don't
has
think he is anymore.
destroyed so many. Yeah, he should not. This guy has destroyed so many athletes, and he should
He's a
not be allowed to.
huge fan of volume, isn't he? Like just excessive volume.
Not just volume, just like stupid stuff. Like I have
I
seen.
heard a story once
things.
that I actually think you were there, but I heard a story
What
once
problem?
that he got people to do, was Steve Fawcett, was he coaching him at the time maybe? And he got people to do something ridiculous and then do something else. And then he told them that they had 3 minutes and they were going to do something, and everyone was just like, what the fuck is happening?
No, but I
It was
think I
in like,
saw
it was in
some. I
La
even saw
Santa place.
stuff. Oh yeah, that's where I was. So we did a 10K run directly in a max clean. I actually PR'd my clean.
I walked the run, I pure my clean.
Everyone was fucking no, but this was one thing. I think La Santa, where I was there, was not even that bad. But like he did like more volume stuff. I saw workouts just like, okay, a 5K run into 75 deadlifts at 180 for the guys and 120 for the girls, and into a 5K run, and then you do like I think like a 50 squat cleans at like 100 kilo for the guys and 70 for like just ridiculous. No.
No,
Well,
it's not Eric.
he was
It's
her
not.
coach. No, but Eric was also her coach, actually.
I know, but
You
they
have to
think that
put
you're
him as
talking
well.
about him. What's the name? Phil.
Oh, no.
What the fuck is his surname?
Mansfield.
Mansfield. He was with Red Pill. Sam Briggs was coached by James Jousey, who was part of Red Pill, and this guy was at Red Pill. He was the owner of Red Pill.
But if you see or hear this guy's name, run. Like, just run. It's just a tip from me, what I have seen over a lot of
crazy
years.
shit about him. I must text you some of the stuff I heard about him after this. So Sarah was with him, with John Singleton. Eric was kind of with John Singleton. I won't count those as two separate coaches.
I would, yes.
Really?
But I would still, well, it's still a coach. I would still take him separately.
She went to Mayhem then? Wasn't she with Mayhem? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did she go after Mayhem? Oh, Yami. Wasn't she with Yami for like 6 months or something? I think.
See, I didn't even fucking hold track. Yeah,
I'm
Yami,
pretty sure she was.
So.
Where else was she then? Justin Kotler.
Started with Think Tank.
Think Tank. Yeah, so Max, Perrin, Kotler, and then Kyle. So 9.
Probably we forgot 1 or 2.
We have the program. Yeah, 9. That's fucking insane. How many years is she doing CrossFit? 9?
First at the games was 2015.
So yeah, 10 years. This is the 10th year. 9 coaches in 10 years. Wow, that's crazy. I hope she qualifies. That'd be a fucking insane story. She's gonna have a fight though, because that Christine, what's her name? Christina Leviticus. She's pretty good. She's in Australia. Well, she lives in Australia, but she missed out last year. I can't remember. Something happened last year, and she missed out. And the same thing happened the year before. So she fucked up one of the workouts, and Michelle Basnick qualified. And then the next year, something else happened. Can't remember what though.
Okay.
Who was she with in Dubai? She was being coached by Kotler when she was in Dubai. She didn't have a physical in-person coach. It was him. Asia, I don't know anything about Asia.
Well,
to be totally honest.
Well, I think on the girls' side is Seher Kaya, right? That's where she always qualifies.
Yeah, I think so. Because your one is gone. Some Young Choi's already qualified. Dewan Young and Seher Kaya, they're probably the two, aren't they? Yeah, wow, that's crazy. 9 coaches.
Well, if Sarah's not going to qualify out of Africa, then I think she will never qualify. Like, I think there's no easier way, especially this year.
It's only one spot as well, so it's between the two of them really, unless some
Yeah,
freak
but
shows
if you
up.
look at every other competitions have 2 spots, and there's a much deeper field of athletes. So
True.
yeah, it's definitely even on the guys' side. I think who's there the best? Like, is it because the guy who qualified last year to the games out of Africa, he's injured or something? No,
Ruan
he was
Poitier,
injured.
yeah.
Yeah, is he?
I think
Or
he's
was he
injured,
injured
yeah.
for Wadapalooza? I can't remember. I think
He was
I saw some.
at Wadapalooza, but I think he's injured now.
Oh,
His dad
okay,
was at
okay,
I think it was his dad I was talking at Wadapalooza and Ruin. They're cool. They're nice people.
okay.
Yeah, and Keelan Henry usually goes there, but he's not on the list this year. So he mustn't be
Yeah, but then you have
injured.
Toby Buckland who placed
Yeah.
podium in Dubai,
Yeah,
but then he didn't do great in like the next competitions here. Like he did the Pixel event where he wasn't great. I think 1 or 2 others. Yeah, but I think he is probably the main guy there.
yeah. All right. Anyway, thanks. Anything else you want to talk about?
I think we covered a lot today. I know
Yeah.
about your kids' balls. That
That's the
sticked
main.
with me.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you came
that's
late, just go back to the start of the show to hear me talk about my child's testicles. All right. Nice little bookend of the show there that we'll start and finish talking about that. I think it was CrossFat made the point at the start, like, yeah, it's so strange that people don't sponsor this show, and the first 5 minutes is me talking about testicles and stitches. All right. Thank you, Adrian. Always a pleasure. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm trying to think. I think Seban's doing. No, he's not. Monday, I think they're doing a Syndicate preview show. And then, yeah, next from Thursday onwards, we're going to be doing. So I think it's. I actually don't know what I'm allowed to say. We're doing all the heats, and we're going to do them live. And some of them are going to be like a podcast style, and some of them are going to be like an official, like broadcast level stream. Bill Grundler and John Young are doing the commentary with Sevon for all the like serious heats.
what is
And
your
then
job there?
I'd imagine the more podcast style, not serious commentary. If I was a gambling man, that's where I put myself. And yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know what else I'm doing. You know what? I'm flying into Nashville on Tuesday. I'm going to go and look at Proven and see what it looks like, the gym and stuff, and see
Oh,
what it's like. And then I'm renting a
can you
car
ask him how many members they have? It wonders how many members they have in this big gym.
in the actual gym. It's a lot, I
Yeah.
think, but I'll ask, but I think it's a lot.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to do a video. I think I'm going to do a video of the Proven Gym and just what it's like, the affiliate side of it. And then I'm going to
Cool.
drive to Knoxville, and I'm going to drive through Cookville, and I'm going to might text Angelo and see if I can stop off at Cookville and see what it's like as well. So why not?
Go to church quick.
Yeah. Yeah, might get to apologize to Luke Parker before Syndicate kicks off. All right, thanks, Adrian. Appreciate you coming on. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Kill Taylor's on tomorrow. It's a talent show, not the usual Kill Taylor.
Hey, that was our last semi-final show now. That's it. We made it.
We'll do NorCal.
Oh, shit, there's another one.
And Last Chance.
Oh, hell. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's the kind